Why does a loving, all-powerful God allow pain? It's a question that shakes faith and stirs doubt in every heart. We see suffering everywhere, on the news, in our homes, in our own lives. How do we reconcile a benevolent creator with a world full of heartbreak? Today, we won't offer easy answers, but we'll search for meaning in the midst of pain. Why does God allow pain? Let's begin the journey to find out. Pain strips away our illusions of control, peeling back the layers we build to protect ourselves from the world. In moments of suffering, the walls we've constructed, walls of pride, certainty, and self-reliance, begin to crumble, leaving us raw and vulnerable. When life is easy, we think we're self-sufficient, convinced that our own strength and wisdom are enough to carry us through. Comfort lulls us into believing we are the masters of our fate, the authors of our own stories. But when tragedy strikes, our strength fails and we're left exposed. The things we once depended on slip through our fingers and we find ourselves standing in the ruins of our certainty, searching for meaning in the silence. In that emptiness, we finally hear the echo of a deeper need, a longing for something beyond ourselves, a hunger for hope and connection that nothing in this world can fully satisfy. Pain is a divine megaphone, calling us to look up, to seek help, to surrender our pride and reach for something greater. It urges us to admit our need, to open our hearts to grace and mercy. It's in suffering that we realize we were never meant to face life alone. In our weakness, we discover the strength that comes from community, from faith, and from reaching out to others. Pain carves out space for faith, for connection with God, and for the hope that rises from the ashes of despair. It's a severe mercy that turns our hearts heavenward, reminding us that even in emptiness we are never truly alone. Like gold in a furnace, our character is refined by suffering. Trials burn away pride, impatience and fear, revealing strength and resilience we never knew we had. The fire isn't meant to destroy us, but to purify us. Through hardship, we gain empathy, patience, and perseverance. We emerge transformed, scarred, but stronger and more beautiful. Pain shapes us into people of depth and worth. Suffering can feel isolating, as if we're wandering alone through a shadowed wilderness, yet paradoxically, it's also what connects us most deeply to others. Every scar we carry is a silent testimony to battles fought and survived, and these marks become the threads that tie us together. When we've walked through pain ourselves, we gain the ability to sit with others in their darkness, not with empty words or shallow platitudes, but with genuine empathy and true understanding. Our presence becomes a comfort, a quiet assurance that they are not alone. Our scars, once sources of shame or sorrow, transform into bridges, pathways that allow us to reach out and comfort those who suffer. Through our vulnerability, we offer hope and solidarity. God doesn't waste our pain. He uses it to build compassion within us and to draw us into deeper community. In our shared struggles, we find belonging and purpose, discovering that we are stronger together. We become wounded healers, uniquely qualified by our own experiences to help others. Our hardships equip us to lift up those who are hurting, to walk beside them on their journey toward healing. Pain binds us together, weaving a tapestry of empathy, resilience, and shared humanity. Each thread, each story adds strength and beauty to the whole. In this way, suffering is transformed. It becomes not just a burden, but a source of connection, hope, and light for ourselves and for others. Our lives are stories still being written, each day adding a new line to the unfolding tale. Painful chapters can feel meaningless, but they may be preparing us for a greater purpose ahead, one we cannot yet see. The lessons we learn in hardship, resilience, wisdom, and compassion are not accidents, but gifts forged in adversity. Pain is preparation, not punishment. It shapes us for what's to come. Trust that the author is crafting a story more beautiful and meaningful than we can possibly imagine. Pain can feel like a dark cave, blinding us to hope. But faith whispers that this isn't the end. There's a sunrise beyond the shadows. Suffering creates a longing for something more, for a world without pain. It reminds us we're made for eternity, not just this broken world. Pain loosens our grip on the temporary and points us to the promise of the dawn. Hope is the light that breaks through the darkness. So why does God allow pain? It's a question that echoes through the ages, whispered in moments of heartbreak and shouted in times of loss. The answer is a mystery with many layers, like the ancient scrolls that hold stories yet to be fully understood. Pain calls us back to God, reminding us of our need for something greater than ourselves. It refines our character, teaching us compassion, patience, and resilience. It connects us to others, forging bonds in shared struggle, and prepares us for a greater destiny that we may not yet see, guiding us along a path that winds toward hope. Remember, this is not the end of the story. Every hardship is a chapter, not the final page, but a chapter with purpose, shaping who you are and who you will become. If you're in pain, hold on. Your story isn't over. There is more to come, more to discover, and more to hope for. Look for the glimmers of hope, even in the smallest moments, and let them remind you that light can break through the darkest clouds. Reach for the hand extended in the dark, and know that you are not alone. The sun will rise, and a new day is coming, filled with promise and possibility.